All right, let's get right into it. If you're looking at Amazon from an investment perspective, you might think the story's about all those brown boxes showing up everywhere. But that's not it. The real secret to its long-term growth, the thing that truly matters, is the way the entire empire is built. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack here. When you say Amazon, most people immediately think online store. And sure, that's not wrong. But if you only focus on what they sell, you're missing the vast majority of the picture. It's kind of like staring at the tip of an iceberg. I mean, yeah, the retail side brings in a ton of revenue, but a huge chunk of the actual profit, that comes from somewhere else entirely. The stuff they sell, well, that's just the front door. So this is the main thing to grasp. Amazon's real sustainable advantage isn't a product, it's the structure of the business itself. It's this incredibly smart system of interconnected businesses, where each one helps the others grow. If you want to understand the investment thesis, you absolutely have to understand this structure.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with the core growth thesis. Then we'll look at the 4 pillars that hold everything up: commerce, profit, loyalty, and monetization. And then we'll put it all together to see how this thing really works as one integrated growth machine.
Okay, so let's start with a big picture idea. The entire Amazon strategy is built on one core concept: never ever rely on just one source of income. It's all about having multiple streams, but with a critical twist. Now, lots of companies have multiple revenue streams. What's different here is that last part, working together. This isn't just a collection of random businesses. Each piece is specifically designed to feed into the others. And that synergy, well, that's the magic ingredient. First up, Pillar 1, the commerce engine. This is the part we all know and use, the e-commerce site. But think about its real job here. It's not just to sell you stuff. Its most important function is to build the absolutely massive customer base that the rest of the empire is built on.
And this engine is really a two-headed beast. On one hand, you've got direct sales. That's Amazon selling its own inventory. But on the other hand, and this is the part that now accounts for over 60% of all units sold, you have the marketplace. Think of it like this. Amazon built the world's biggest shopping mall, and now it acts as the landlord, collecting rent, or a fee, from every single sale made by millions of other businesses. They get paid whether they sell the item or somebody else does. It's brilliant.
All right, on to Pillar 2, the profit engine. This is the part that really fuels the whole operation. It's the part most people never even think about, but from a financial standpoint, it might be the most important piece of the puzzle. This is the high-margin cash machine that pays for everything else. Of course, I'm talking about Amazon Web Services, or AWS. So what is it? Simply put, it's a giant cloud computing platform. It provides all the back-end digital plumbing, things like data storage and processing power that other companies rent to run their own websites and apps. And you can't overstate how massive this is. Get this, AWS might only be about 15% of Amazon's total revenue in a given year, but it can kick off more than 60% of the company's entire operating profit. So many of the apps and services you use every single day are actually running on AWS. It's a fire hose of cash that Amazon then uses to fund its other ventures and bet on the future. So you've got millions of customers and a river of cash from AWS. Now, how do you make sure those customers stick around and keep spending? Well, that brings us to Pillar 3, the loyalty engine, which is all about creating reliable, recurring revenue. And the king of this engine is, of course, Amazon Prime. It's so simple, right? You pay a recurring fee, and in return, you get sucked into this world of incredible convenience, led by fast shipping. Strategically, it's just a masterstroke. Prime members spend way more, they almost never shop anywhere else, and that subscription fee gives Amazon a steady, predictable income stream that Wall Street absolutely loves. This leads us right into our fourth and final pillar, the monetization engine. Think about it. With hundreds of millions of loyal Prime members all searching for things to buy, Amazon has created maybe the most valuable asset in the modern economy, a captive audience that is ready to spend money. So naturally, they built a huge business to capitalize on that attention. And that business is advertising. It's already bigger than YouTube's ad business, which is just wild. The next time you search for something on Amazon, look closely. Those first few results, they're often not the best or most popular items. They're paid ads. Brands will pay a fortune to be right there at the top, which means Amazon turns your search into pure high-margin profit. So here's the real takeaway. These 4 pillars aren't just separate divisions in a company. They are a single, beautifully designed and incredibly powerful system where each part makes the other part stronger. And this is how it works together. People call it the Amazon flywheel. Let's trace it. 1. The commerce and Prime engines gather a giant, loyal user base. 2. The advertising engine then turns that user base's attention into cash. 3. The incredible profits from AWS get poured back into the system to make everything better, faster, and cheaper. And what happens then? 4. The improved services attract even more users, and the whole wheel just starts to spin faster and faster.
What you're looking at is a nearly perfect self-reinforcing loop. Each part amplifies the others, creating this massive competitive advantage and an engine built for compounding long-term growth. This system, this is the real product Amazon built. It's why they can scale into almost anything.
And that brings us to the big forward-looking question for any investor. The true power of this system isn't just about selling more stuff online. It's about having the customer base and the cash to enter completely new industries and dominate them. So the real question isn't if they'll disrupt another market, but which one is next.